The Knights of St. Catherine, The Return Home. Chapter 1, The Arrival Home. You can't wait until we got home, laddie? David asked, dropping his bag just inside the front door, exasperated at Henry, who had just had to have another growth spurt on the plane on the way home. He couldn't help it, and you know that, Ellie stated, jumping to her son's defense. I know that, Ellie lass. The boy barely matched his passport photo by the time we landed, David continued. I, for one, am glad to be home, Gemma stated, heading to her room, ignoring everyone else. Well, Helena isn't happy, but she will perform another inclusion spell soon, Ethan announced, slotting his phone back in his pants. And she wants to meet Henry soon, Ethan continued. Okay, but not today, Ellie replied. Mum, is there anywhere we can get some new jeans? These are now about an inch too short, Henry stated. Ellie turned around, snapped a picture, and replied with, Yeah, we can go to Eden Walk, but there are a few things that need to be done first, and I'm sending this picture to your father, Ellie finished, pressing send on the picture message to Hamish Duke, Henry's father, who lives on the grounds of Belgrave University. What felt like a second later, Ellie's phone beeped with a new message. Hamish Duke. When did that happen? Ellie Spencer. On the plane. We had a bit of trouble getting past customs. The White Magus had to cast another inclusion spell, which he's not happy about. Hamish Duke. I'm not surprised. I guess I'd better let you get unpacked and head out to buy our son some new clothes. I love you, my mate. Ellie Spencer. I love you too, Hamish. You know the one thing I like about living here? I don't have to keep going to school. I have no idea how Hamish does it, Ethan commented from the kitchen. Guys, I think we'll all have to go to Eden. There's no food here, he continued, poking his head out of the kitchen, looking at each one of his packmates with the same look on their faces, with the prospect of no food in the house. All right, let's unpack and make a list of what we need and all head in. Although I suspect Gems is already asleep, Ellie replied. About an hour later, after unpacking, making a huge shopping list, and driving to Eden Walk shopping, Ellie announced, Okay, boys, take the list and see what we can get from Sainsbury's. If we can't get it all there, we can head over the other side to Tesco. I'll take Henry to Marks and Spencer for some clothes, Ellie finished, handing the shopping list over and heading to the right section. Mum, can I have a quick word? Henry asked softly, giving David, Ethan, and James a pointed look each. We will head inside and grab a coffee, James replied, ushering the others inside. Ellie raised her eyebrows and waited for Henry to start talking. Where do I start? Henry muttered to himself. The beginning is always good, Ellie replied, with a smile on her face. Henry took a deep breath and started. I hope you don't mind, but I'd rather take Ethan or James shopping for clothes. Henry paused and took in the crestfallen look on Ellie's face. It's not that I don't want you to come with me. I do. But we look almost the same age now, and the salespeople will most likely think of you as my girlfriend, which will be the oddest thing ever, as you certainly don't look old enough to be my mum. And if you correct them, it would then become super awkward and questions may arise. But if I'm with Ethan and James, it will just look like mates out for the day. Also, I think it will be wise to call you Ellie rather than Mum while we're out. For the same reason, Henry finished. I never thought of it that way, Ellie tapered off, looking at the floor. You go ahead, grab one of the boys for clothes and the other for groceries, and I'll follow you in a second. I'm just going to send a quick text, Ellie replied, keeping her eyes firmly on her bag and off her son. Ellie Spencer. Hamish Duke. What's wrong, Ellie? Ellie Spencer. He just told me that he would rather take the boys clothes shopping than me. Plus, while we were in public, he doesn't want to call me Mum. Hamish Duke. Oh, honey, it's okay. You will be all right. So will your relationship with Henry. I'm sure you remember what it was like to go shopping with your parents. And he does have a point. Do you really want a salesperson asking you if his butt looks good in the chosen jeans or pants? I wish you were here, as I know where I would rather my pants to be. Ellie Spencer. Oh my fucking. Okay, now I get it. Honestly, I didn't think of it that way. I've been stuck in a bubble for too long. I wish we were in the same city too. I think I would lock the door to whatever room we were in and not leave for a week. Hey, Miss Duke. Sounds divine. Gotta go. Love you. Kiss, kiss, kiss. Ellie Spencer. Love you too, Hamish. Kiss, kiss, kiss. Ellie sighed, stowing her phone back in her bag and heading to Sainsbury's. This was gonna take a while. Chapter 2. The White Magus Meeting. By the time the group got home, they found Jem awake and holding a folded, wax-sealed letter bearing the name Henry Duke. Ellie saw the envelope and went pale. She knew it meant only one thing. Henry had been summoned to meet the White Grand Magus. Mum, what's wrong? Henry questioned when he took in the look on Ellie's face. It looks like you are being requested to meet the White Magus, Ellie replied, nodding in the direction of the envelope Gemma held. Henry took hold of the envelope and broke the formal wax seal and glanced at the contents. Yep, Mum, you and I have been requested to attend the office of the White Grand Magus, Princess Helena at... Henry paused and looked at his watch. 3 p.m. today, he finished. Well then, we best get a move on, Ellie stated, putting the groceries down and grabbing a different set of keys. Can you all put the groceries away? She began. We know the drill, Ethan replied, only slightly annoyed, pushing Ellie and Henry out of the door towards the smaller car. Kensington Palace? Henry exclaimed. We are really going to Kensington Palace? Henry asked sometime later. Well, what do you expect? We don't call her princess because that's what we think of her. And as a princess, she does live in a palace, Ellie replied, smiling. Helena may be our Grand Magus, but she is quite a bit nicer than Vera, Ellie finished, laughing. After being ushered into Helena's office, Henry and Ellie stood there waiting patiently until a rush of dark auburn hair came in. Sorry, Ellie, I got caught up, Helena exclaimed, dragging Ellie into a hug. As they split apart, Helena noticed Henry off to the side. Princess Helena, Grand Magnus. May I introduce my son, Henry Thomas Spencer, Duke, Ellie stated proudly, looking at Henry, who gave a stuttering bow. Oh, please, Henry, stand up. Your mother and I are old friends. No ceremony is needed. I just had to send the letter out as a formality, Helena gushed, helping Henry up and giving him a hug as well. So I'm guessing the visit to Belgrave went well, Helena stated, bumping Ellie's shoulder with a grin on her face. Henry, please help yourself to the afternoon tea, Helena continued, while Ellie filled the princess in on what happened at Belgrave and showed her pictures of Hamish, Jack, Randall, and the others. Well, it certainly sounded as if the trip was a success, considering that Magnus Stone made it sound as if it was a failure, Helena reported. Ellie frowned. I don't think she liked me stealing Hamish from her. Well, that was her tough luck. Tundra and Arctic are mates, so it made sense that you and Hamish would be attracted to each other. Notwithstanding the prophecy, of course, Helena replied, looking over at Henry, who had fallen asleep on one of the couches while the girls chatted. He is a handsome man. Son, Helena continued. It's hard to know what to call him, tilting her head to the side. Ellie nodded. I know what you mean. Only a few months ago he was a baby, and now he is pretty much a full-grown man and doesn't want to call me Mum in public. Helena smiled at Ellie's reply. There is another, more important reason I called you and Henry in, Helena stated, watching her friend, who motioned for her to continue. Helena took a breath. I've received reports that there is another secret group that doesn't like the idea of a born werewolf and are plotting to get their hands on Henry so they can discover his mysteries and how he came to be, how he shouldn't be, etc., etc. Helena held up her hand to Ellie, motioning for her to let the princess finish. From what my sources tell me, they have no clue that Henry is pretty much full grown. They're looking for a baby. Ellie let out a deep breath that she didn't realize that she'd been holding in. That's a good thing, I suppose. Henry can defend himself in a fight, and we have been teaching him magic. Do you know which organization is looking for him? Ellie asked in a small voice after a pause. I do. They're called the Daughters of Apollo, Helena announced. What do they stand for? Ellie asked. They are magic users. Kind of like the sons of Prometheus, but they are joined by a blood bond. Like the sons, they are both male and female members, but the females have slightly more influence. The only thing I can understand is that they are thoroughly annoyed that Apollo did not give their oracle a vision of Henry, and since they know everything, yet did not see Henry's arrival, they think he is a negative force and needs to be dealt with at once, Helena finished, exasperated. After a beat of complete silence, as both were wrapping their brains around the new information, there was a knock at the door. Your Royal Highness, Princess the aide began. Yes, Liam, what is it? Helena snapped at the aide before he used her proper title. Sorry, White Magus. Your husband is looking for you, Liam finished, realizing his error before scurrying away. I'm sorry to leave you like this, but I must go. We will meet again when we have thought of a brilliant plan to deal with them, Helena stated, hugging Ellie and racing off. Before Ellie woke Henry up to head back to Hampton Wick, she pulled out her phone. Ellie Spencer. Hi, Hamish. Check this picture out. Henry couldn't stay awake during our meeting with the White Red Magus. Hamish Duke. Oh my, it looks like he has grown again. I can't believe he was a baby not that long ago. Ellie Spencer. I know. I feel like crying when I think of it that way. Oh, I want to ask. Do you or anyone at the Blue Rose know of the Daughters of Apollo? They seem to want Henry, and since they didn't get a vision of him before he was born, they think he is evil. Hamish Duke. I haven't personally heard of them, but I'll see if there is anything I can dig up. I love you, mate. Kiss, kiss, kiss. Ellie Spencer. I love you too, Hamish. After waking Henry and heading back to Hampton Wick, Ellie threw open the door and announced, Everyone, living room, now! We have a new problem.